Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Michaela Peters. We have terrible lighting because it's already late at night, so I'm using artificial lighting, which is always not great. I'm wearing one of my favorite shirts, which my mom hates. It's Hansel and Gretel running away from their problems. This works sometimes, or the way that I like to put it, it's okay to put problems on hold until you're later more well equipped to deal with them. But in general, problems don't go away. You just get better at dealing with them, hopefully. Anyway, what I'm going to talk about today is the fact that tomorrow, supposedly, a newspaper article is going to be published about me in the Etela Saima. And I asked one of my Finnish friends, like, is that a big deal? And she's like, well, it's the biggest newspaper in Lappeenranta, so kind of. Granted, it's not like it's the Helsingin Sanomat. I'm joking, but I was trying to think of what other Finnish newspapers I actually knew about. And I was like, that's the only one that sounds familiar. But anyway, I'm not going to be able to read the article, like, natively and naturally in Finnish, but I was sent a draft of the English version. So this is kind of like a sneak peek. I was thinking I probably am not supposed to like tell everything that's in it before it's actually published. So again, this is a sneak peek. But I'm going to kind of summarize it. And then I think maybe on the like Finnish channel, I'll try to like actually read it out loud in Finnish because I thought that'd be hilarious. Anyway, so the idea is that, I live in Lappeenranta and this is my first child. And I took her to the clinic earlier that day, which made it so that I was late for this interview. Also, she is like finally enjoying her playmat. I like low-key want to show that, and then everybody's gonna get to judge my messy room. But normally she's like not really liking this thing, and I bought it in Helsinki when I first got to Finland. Like, how long ago now? Oh, only 2 months, whatever. But yeah. Yeah, wait, is that correct? July, August, September. Wow. Man, it feels like I've been here forever. Okay, whatever. So basically, yeah, we went to an appointment. We were late. I'm an immigrant who's in Finland part of the time, basically. I mean, yeah. I had 10,000 subscribers and I lost them because of my baby content. Don't care. Because again, the whole point of this channel is for me to be authentic, not to like please people. I don't care. Anyway, so yeah, I've launched a second channel, which is designed to be focused on my life in Finland. Yeah, so how did I end up here? And the idea is I was on a Fulbright scholarship basically, but originally I was, oh man, they actually don't say that it was a Fulbright scholarship. I'm kind of wondering if they should. Okay, whatever. But anyway, I was on a scholarship program, and the idea is I ended up in Finland because instead of going to like Belarus or Ukraine, which obviously Ukraine would have been a big problem, and Belarus was already currently a problem because the thing with Belarus is that they were having political instability at the time. We obviously know what happened with Ukraine. However, I did not know what was going to happen with Ukraine, happened with Ukraine prior to getting into this program. So I ended up in Finland instead because I thought I'd be able to practice Russian, which is always like something that throws Finnish people off. But yeah, I'm more the academic type, obviously, because I'm, doing a PhD for fun because I don't get paid. But yeah, so then, part of it was like asking about like, how do I like afford to be here? And I'm like, well, that's why I'm not here half the time because I can't just afford to be here because, yeah, money. So I'm like, yeah, working in the U.S. is what I end up doing. Wow, she's really not entertained by this playmat thing. Are you even a real baby? Come on. She just likes going to university classes. Whatever. Okay, that's what we do these days. Yeah, so the idea is, like, the other question was, like, why did I say that I was going to leave Finland earlier in the year? And again, it was because I was handling the birth stuff, and I wasn't really... Okay. I wasn't really sure what that situation was going to look like. Oh yeah, I like how on the Russian side of the channel, they're all like, you're not holding your baby properly. And I'm like, Her neck is supported. Yes, I am. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't say when I was going to return. I didn't even know when I was going to return. And so a lot of it was because of like the kind of birth I wanted to have, which was like hoping for not a C-section, which I was successful at. So hurrah. Yeah, I mean, costs slightly, they do talk about that. I mean, that's a good thing to talk about because everybody knows how much American healthcare sucks. And yeah, that's something. So I always wanted, oh yeah, so then talking about the autism thing and just like not enjoying the sensory overload, enjoying like just the small town life. I also just kind of like that I get to interact with people from a lot of different backgrounds here. Yeah, and then I'm like, well, Americans just, a lot of Americans just know about America, and it's our education system's fault as far as I'm concerned. Then I talk about my favorite spots. Yeah, I'm a single mom, cool. It's pretty hard to be motivated to learn Finnish when everybody speaks English so well, even though I've taken Finnish classes. I need to keep doing that. Yes, so then we got the baby's passport. Obviously, I've talked about that a lot on the channel recently. Talking again about the fact that the baby gets the citizenship based on the parents. Then I did talk about like my dreams for the baby to go to Finnish daycare and to learn the language because I want her to be bilingual, and then when she's older she can choose which country she wants to go to uni in. I understand it's like, why the heck are you thinking about your child's life in 18 years, but that's how my brain works. Don't know what else to say. Yeah, it's hard to become integrated into Finnish society without the language piece, so that is a goal. And yeah, and then there's also the financial aspect because YouTube, as much as it would be cool, does not provide me with like, any sort of like actual like livelihood income. Like it's like kind of difficult. Okay, what's happening here? She doesn't want to do YouTube today, I guess. Oh, we're actually making noise. And I always wanted to be foreign. And now I have like, what even is this baby? Foreign parents, but are you Finnish or what? Well, technically she's not Finnish because she doesn't have a passport. Oh, you're getting tired. Fighting going to sleep. I see what's going on here. Yes. So, yeah, basically it's just like that's the synopsis, but I just did the highlights. Okay. I just did the highlights to give you a sneak peek. I hope I'm allowed to do this and I won't get in trouble. But I'm pretty excited. Yeah, now I'm going to be more famous than I already am. JK. I mean, it's like I'm famous on YouTube, but yes, the baby's staring at me. I'm famous with my baby. Obviously, most important person for her. Yeah. And I felt a lot better today because, okay, I felt fine, and then I came home and I felt not fine, and then a couple of my friends sent me nice messages, and then I talked to my mom, and then I felt better. Like, a very honest thing is it's like, the whole, and this was kind of why I didn't like really want to directly move out of my parents' house in the US, because like I like coming home and somebody being there. And I mean, I get that now I have the baby's gonna be here with me, but it is like, and I always have a roommate, so like none of this actually makes sense. But yeah, the idea of like, sharing your home with other people is kind of nice. I guess if I had a roommate I talked to, it would be different. I don't know. But at the same time, I don't want like super involved roommates again. It's a fine line and a tough balance to strike. But anyway, I have the baby, so I should be content. But yeah, that's how it do be right now. Yeah. So anyway, I'm excited about this. Really. Sometimes I think about like how weird it is that I'm like mini famous, and I still don't know how it happened because it's not like I really tried. There was no strategy involved, and so when people are trying to ask me for advice, it's like, I don't know, man. I will tell you the one thing though that I noticed that I feel like people can kind of feel is when I look at other kinds of like social media where I feel like people are like trying to be influencers, the biggest difference between what I do and what other people do is like what I do is very, yes, not scripted, but like people, I know that people like how like genuine I am. It's not like I'm trying to be like a certain way. I'm like, this is how I am. If you don't like it, please unsubscribe, which, you know, people do, and that's cool. But yeah, like I think that's the selling point, and the fact that because of all this like intercultural activity, let's say, I know that people like perceive me as interesting. So there's sort of a, you know, there's something about that, I guess, that really draws people and keeps them there. So, you know, I appreciate the engagement and the interest, because, you know, it's a hobby and it's a form of self-expression in the absence of me actually doing anything productive with my writing skills, which are somewhat good despite me being somewhat illiterate. That's a joke, but like the thing is I'm really bad at reading. Yeah, like right now I'm taking this one class at the university that's called the philosophy of science, and it's very interesting because it feels like an oxymoron, and it's like a pilot class they're teaching. It's also like for PhD students, but like, and I bring her to this class. This is like the number one class we go to together, and the professor's like, "Wow, she's so good. She like barely makes noise," and I'm like, "Dude, don't ask me. I just got lucky." Uh, yeah, but my whole point with that is that, um, I don't know. I guess that's one of the things that's in my brain right now. I'm attempting to read Republic by Plato, but in Russian, which is honestly pretty complicated. So far, I'm like 5 pages into it. This book was given to me as a gift by somebody, and it's a very interesting concept because it talks a lot about like, or I did read the Wikipedia page about it. The whole point of it is it's like philosophical morality all in one book. And anyway, I don't know what my point is about that, but it just makes me feel weird. The idea of philosophy makes me feel weird. Let me know if you agree. I'm gonna leave that at that. So yeah, like we'll see if this comes out tomorrow because it's gonna be a newspaper. I want to like try to get my hands on the actual newspaper if I can somewhere. My friend said they have it at her workplace, so she'll try to get me the copy of the newspaper if I can't get it myself. I have no idea where to go to get it, so please let me know in the comments below if you're from Finland and you know. I'm like, can I get it at S Market or what? Don't know. I'm also worried about what picture they're going to choose because, like, my outfit that day was pretty whack, so, yeah. Well, the baby's, like, crashing out now, and I need to eat dinner before my friend shows up, so, yeah. I'm hosting a friend tonight. We'll see how this goes with the baby. Alright, well, that's everything I have, and until next time, bye.